Hey guys, welcome to another video of Scent Saga. My name is Deep, and in this video I wanted to talk about a very specific perfume that I feel is perfect as a gift. If you have a female partner, be it your mother, be it your girlfriend, be it your wife, or be it your sisters or anybody, if you have got a female in your house or that you know who love perfume and you want to give them something, then I think that YSL Libre as a perfume is just top notch. It smells really awesome. Look at the presentation of the bottle. This looks really premium. By the way, this is not mine, this is Chandrima's, my wife's. This entire bottle costs around 10,000 rupees, I believe. Yeah, last time when I gifted it, it was around 10,000 rupees and I bought it from Sentira, this entire bottle. And I have an unboxing video in the short section as well. I don't think that you need to spend so much amount of money to smell something like YSL Libre, and that is the reason in one of my previous videos I talked about this particular perfume, which was Cherpier's Freedom. This was a perfume that smells very close to the YSL Libre, but this comes from a European clone house. Now I know that a lot of you might not be ordering from them, getting it shipped over here, paying the customs, and at the end of the day this alone will cost you around 3,000 rupees to get it shipped in India, that too for a 50 ml. So the effective price will come down to around 6,000 rupees, which doesn't make sense. But in this video, I'm going to talk about two clones from Indian houses that really stood out, so much so that Chandrima basically utilized almost 20% of this bottle, and I have got one more over here, out of which she has used around, I think, 5 ml to 6 ml of this perfume as well. Now, before I review the clones or the alternatives, let me start off with how YSL Libre in actual smells like, okay? So YSL Libre is basically a perfume which sits right in the category of Fougère perfume, Oriental Fougère perfume. This perfume has kind of an old school vibe going on for it. It has a dominant note of lavender in it and a very sweet aromatic vanilla added to it. There are other notes as well, but these two kind of shines through, okay? There's a bit of jasmine as well. So this, if you have to define it to somebody, it would be a floral, vanillic, semi-sweet perfume, okay? The sweetness over here is not too much. The floral note of jasmine is there, but it's more dominated by lavender, and that vanilla adds a little bit of sophistication on top of everything. You know, most of the typical lady perfumes that you will smell lean more towards the floral aspect. Over here, this is done so nicely that it's not leaning more towards the floral aspect, but rather the vanilla along with the florals kind of makes a very complex perfume in my opinion. And if in case you haven't smelled this, go to any mall and try and sniff it out. I think you will love the DNA. Chandrima loved this basically. She was confused between this and Burberry Goddess, and finally she wanted to get this, and that is how, you know, I got this to her. After I got this, I basically wanted to get a few more perfumes which smells exactly like this so that she can layer the perfumes with them, and ensuring that my pocket gets a bit of relief so that she doesn't end up exhausting this bottle. Rather, I have got some alternatives which she layers and saves a bit on the OG perfume, okay? So the first perfume that I'm going to talk about as an option in case you don't want to purchase the YSL Libre is this. This comes from an Indian perfumery house or a clone house, you can say, Dfine Perfumes, okay? They are basically from Hubli, which is near Bangalore, Karnataka. And last time when I had a chat with them, they were saying that they are still developing the website, and I just want them to get started and develop the website as soon as possible, because see, Instagram, WhatsApp for orders, they are good, but the only way for me to build trust in case of perfumes are when you're selling through website. So Dfine Perfumery, if you're listening, just get the website up and running. I think you will have a lot more sales coming from than using Instagram and WhatsApp as your channel. But in terms of the perfume, Dfine doesn't create 1:1 clones, rather they add their own elements into it so that it kind of comes out as a perfume which has got their own unique character in it. With the Libre creation, what they did was they amped up the florals over here so that over here the vanilla is a bit of undertoned, okay, and lavender takes the center stage, and it's more on the floral side than on the vanillic side. The atomizer in this one works decently, there is no problem, and the blend quality is also nice. But the moment you spray it, you will get a certain note of florals and a bit of aldehyde, making this around 60-65% to the YSL Libre DNA, but then it has got its own. So if anybody is looking for some inspired version with their own twist, In that case, Dfine Perfumery's Libre is not a bad option, and the pricing for this one is 1500 rupees for 100 ml, and for that pricing I feel the blend quality, the overall longevity that they are providing is good. This perfume projects for around 40 minutes and lasts overall on when applied on the clothes was around 6 hours, which according to me is decent, because YSL Libre, the OG in itself, doesn't last more than 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. The sillage on this perfume is better. The designer perfume basically is way better than the clones. The blend quality is a lot more premium, which is expected, but it doesn't really mean that this has got some alcoholic blast or something. It's just that sillage is kind of less on this one, and the smell overall tends to lean 60 to 65% to the YSL Libre DNA. But in case you want to get something which smells almost like YSL Libre, I'm just purely talking about the dry down over here, okay? Because most of the clone companies can't really go through and follow every top note, mid note, base note for a perfume. So most of the time they lean on trying to incorporate the dry down of the perfume in their perfumes, okay? And that is what is exactly done over here. This is OOF Perfume's Free Spirit. And by far, this is one of the best YSL Libre clones that I have smelled, as well as Chandrima has smelled, okay? The bottle is awesome. The atomizer is awesome. The juice quality is awesome. Overall, this is a 50 ml bottle, but this perfume sells for around 1300 for 100 ml. And for that price, this is just top notch. If you apply it with the YSL Libre side by side, during the dry down, it's going to be very hard for somebody to distinguish between the two in the air. It's only when you apply them on a strip and you check them side by side, then and only then you will be able to get the nuanced differences between the two. Now, when it comes to the projection, this projects for around 40 minutes to maybe 50 minutes in a moderate to soft projection, and the overall longevity for this perfume is also around 5 to 6 hours when applied on the clothes, very similar to YSL Libre in itself. So what Chandrima basically does is she will apply around 8 sprays of this along with 4 sprays of this, ensuring that she gets proper projection and proper longevity. And in case she is going to some regular place, then she will just skip this and she will just apply this. And that is the reason you can see that this bottle has been utilized the most. Just get this perfume and you will thank me later, I promise. If your friend, mother, partner, wife, or anybody for that matter who you want to gift a perfume to will appreciate the smell for sure. By the way, there is one more thing that I want to highlight from OOF Perfumes. I have seen a lot of clone houses, okay, but OOF Perfume as a house stands out to me. Reason is the way their entire experience has been so far. Their website is top notch. The packaging that this perfumes comes at is also top notch, okay? The perfume sits right neatly over here. There's some brandings over here. This is a box for a different bottle because this is something called Success that I bought from them. This is Free Spirit. Chandrima basically threw away the box. I kept it so that I can show for visual representation. So what they do is basically they have a branding over here, they have all the informations over here, and the entire presentation from this company has been so neat and clean, coming at only 1300 rupees for 100 ml. They are also competing price wise with most of the clone houses out there, but they have their own design philosophy, their own entire bottling experience, and it's top notch. I don't feel it's cheap in any way. And that is the reason I feel that you're doing a really good job when it comes to the entire user experience with the perfumes. This was kind of the crux of the video. If in case you're looking for a YSL Libre clone out there, get Free Spirit from OOF for 1300 rupees for 100 ml or Dfine's Libre for 1500 rupees for 100 ml in case you want the more floral aspect and sweetness in that perfume. And thank me later. I'm saying it with a lot of confidence because in case somebody loves Libre, they will love this perfumes for sure. And in case you want me to try any other female perfume or come up with clones of any other female perfume, just let me know in the comment section and I will try my best, experiment it out with Chandrima and get that video to you as soon as possible. So with that, this is Deep signing off. I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye-bye.